Then he thought. In 5 minutes, right?
He said, yeah.
Okay then, let's go into the room.
Then the front door opened, we went in, sat down, just with the president. Then he said at the beginning, caller, you know, that he would never leave power again, that he was going to make a government like no one had ever done, and all that bullshit.
Then he said, but what's your problem, man?
Then the bug said, President, we bought Recor. Then he told.
How was the purchase? How was the situation?
Then he said, I proposed that you become a partner. You didn't want to. He really did. He proposed to be a partner at Recor, but he didn't want to. He was afraid he'd take everything later, you know? Then he said like this, it means that they were applying a blow. That's a blow like a bunch of naughty people. Expel everyone's mouth, you know? Then his wife, Claudia Raya, was at the table. Then he turned to his wife, whose name I don't remember now, and said, right, call the PC there, please.
Then immediately comes a guy named PC.
Short guy, in flip-flops.
Nobody knew who PC was until then.
At least we had never even heard of it. The guy got to his feet, an old man, and he said, look PC, these are my people, they're from Universal. They supported me a lot, thanks to them I was successful. And the people are trying to hit him, so I want you to solve that there. Then the PC asked, now? Not now, it's going to be midnight. I'm going out. I'm going to dinner. Not now, tomorrow you solve that. Okay, then he said goodbye, and then we left catch the plane back in my conception. He discarded the people, you know. From that country, he said, whose guy is this? To solve anything, this PC guy? A way to discard us, to leave, to do nothing.
See.
Then we returned, disappointed, to Sao Paulo. A deep disappointment, because we expected him to come up with a solution, right? But he said, look, I can't use Banco do Brazil because I haven't taken office yet. I can't use the house because I didn't take ownership. Maybe if I had taken over there would have been a way to do that, I don't know, such. All good.
Then came the fateful Monday.
2 a.m., meeting with Silvio and all his staff. Because Record was 50% owned by Silvio and 50% by the Machado de Carvalho family.
See.
Then we went to the meeting. We arrived at the meeting, that big, giant table, everyone sitting, we sitting down. We are waiting for Silvio, the star, as always. He is the last to arrive, to be revered. Then he arrives, and says, look, let's go to this meeting, guys, so we don't waste time and stuff. Then his nephew, Guilherme Fistorire, said, Silvio, I need to talk to you first. Not him, but not now, Silvio, it has to be before the meeting, Silvio. Then he said, but what is it? Then Guilherme said, you've got the little sister now, they say, on the weekend, over there, turn on the phone, boy, no one can talk to you and stuff, it's important. Said talk, the PC called me. Then Mr. Santos stopped, you know? For what? He called me on Saturday and said to me, to let you know that the television is on your lap and the animal is just a piece of iron. Bug? Risking until the year to take the SBT. Damn. Then Bicho understood, not the move, right? He asked that I didn't want him to tell anyone that the translation was his as president, but it was all a lie, right?
Lies, all lies, yes.
Then Bicho took the opportunity and said, look, something else, he asked, instead of paying in 10 installments, pay in 15. Hey. These are no problem. No problem. If I had said it, they wouldn't have come this far in our meeting. It's not silly, it was resolved, the president has no problem, and then it was resolved. How is it revealed that way? Do you believe it? I mean, Silvio only gave up because he was afraid of losing TVs at the time, right? Sir, as you are talking about the issue of Rico,
I even separated some things here. You are diving well. You are making us understand a little how the purchase of Rico was, because Rico for the issue of Universal, it was always announced that it would be a broadcaster for evangelicals in the preaching of the word, Goncalves himself and Bishop Goncalves if I am not mistaken. If you can confirm that for me, maybe if you remember, Universal even published an article in the Old Plenitude magazine where Bishop Goncalves said that Recor would have an educational program similar to Telecurso 2000 on TV Globo A. So, speaking, Goncalves said that I was going to ask you, why do you think this didn't go ahead? But I think the question is rhetorical.
And, in fact, the whole argument for people sacrificing money for computers was this.
Yes.
We are not going to have our television. At the time of the soap opera there will be our program, at 9 o'clock in the morning, afternoon, night. So people cheered, right?
Yes.
Only at that time he suspended the salary of all pastors in Brazil, see? He only gave a small allowance for food, which was for Recor. And he asked the pastors to donate the cars.
My wife donated. She had a Santana, an egg, then donated.
Mine wanted to donate it, but he said I needed the car to drive around, to play the part of Lisa from Brazil. But all the pastors donated. The poor people would go at dawn to do a radio program. They would take the risk on the bus and when the purchase was confirmed, we bought it. Then he came from the United States and said he was going to spend 2 months in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Then I offered him to stay at my house. He accepted. He and Este came.
Mm-hmm.
They stayed at my house. And then 2 months went by. 1 month, on a Saturday, when we woke up, he said, "Look, Carlinos, I want you, Sandrelina, to accompany us because we want to come and rent an apartment. It's very good here, you are good company for us, but you know right, the children will want to come there, they're disturbing to come. There you will take the rest." There's that phase with the people, shaved.
Yes.